She showed up in a cardboard box, abandoned at a shelter with her 3 siblings. No name, no history, no one coming for her. The volunteers called her Bernie, and the moment Sarah walked through those shelter doors, something shifted. She wasn't supposed to fall in love. Nobody plans for that. If you're new here and you love real stories about dogs who change people's lives, hit that subscribe button right now. These stories are short, but they'll stay with you. Sarah and her husband had one rule. Their dog Layla came first. Layla was a solo act. She didn't share her space, her couch, or her human. She'd made that very clear over the years. So when Sarah's friend sent a text with a video, a white dog, sweet eyes, pressing her nose against a shelter kennel door, the answer should have been no. It wasn't. They drove an hour the next morning to pick Bernie up. Bernie was listed as 5 months old, bouncy, full of that restless energy that puppies carry like electricity. She had no known background, just the box she'd arrived in, and the shelter staff who'd grown attached to her in the few weeks she'd been there. Sarah told herself it was temporary, foster care, a bridge. She'd done it before. But Layla's reaction, that was the first sign that something was different. There was no magical first meeting, no tail wags, no immediate bond. Sarah kept them separated, careful, watching. Layla ignored Bernie with the particular coldness only a territorial dog can manage. And Bernie? She kept trying anyway. She'd bring a toy to the gate, sit at the edge of Layla's space, patient, hopeful, not pushy, just present. Would you have kept trying if someone kept ignoring you like that? Drop it in the comments. Weeks passed. Then one evening, Sarah walked into the living room and stopped cold. Layla was lying on the couch, and Bernie was right beside her. Not tolerated, beside her, like she'd always been there. Sarah pulled out her phone, filmed it for 30 seconds, and sent it to her husband with a single message. "I think we're in trouble." But the real story, the one nobody saw coming, started a few weeks later. Sarah got another foster call. A young dog named Dolly had come into the network. Sweet, confused, timid. They said she was maybe 6 months old, recently picked up as a stray. No aggression, no known issues. What they didn't know, what no one knew, was that Dolly was pregnant. They found out when she stopped eating, when her belly, already rounded from stress and shelter food, began to grow in a different way. A vet confirmed it. 7 puppies. Dolly was barely more than a puppy herself. The birth was quiet, late on a Tuesday. One by one, 7 tiny dogs arrived into the world. Dolly looked at them like they were strangers. She'd let them nurse, she'd tolerate them, but the warmth, the constant cleaning, the way a mother dog should hover and protect, it wasn't there. Dolly was overwhelmed, shut down, a kid who'd been handed a responsibility she didn't know how to carry. Have you ever seen an animal step up when someone else couldn't? Tell me below. That's when Bernie did something that stopped everyone in the room. She walked over to the whelping box, lowered her head, and sniffed each puppy one by one. Then she lay down beside them. Not aggressive, not territorial, just there. Over the next few days, Bernie became something no one had asked her to be. She let the puppies crawl across her body like she was furniture. She cleaned their faces when Dolly wandered off. She demonstrated how a big dog moves, plays, interacts. And the puppies watched her like she was teaching a class. Sarah called it the Bernie effect. Dolly started watching too. Slowly, something shifted in her, like she was learning from Bernie what motherhood could look like. By week 3, Dolly was nudging her puppies awake in the mornings. By week 4, she was playing with them. Bernie had taught a mother how to mother. The puppies grew, found homes. One by one, they left. Fat, healthy, socialized in ways that shocked the vet. "These are the most confident 8-week-olds I've seen in years," she told Sarah. Each goodbye was bittersweet. Sarah would hold the puppy one last time, whisper something quiet into its fur, and watch a new family drive away. 7 puppies, 7 new beginnings, all because of a dog who was never supposed to stay. Dolly was adopted by a family in Connecticut with 2 kids and a yard big enough for a dog who'd had a hard start to run free in. She left on a Saturday morning, tail going, like she already knew where she was headed. The little girl had drawn a welcome sign, crayon letters, uneven and bright. "Welcome home, Dolly." Bernie watched the car pull away from the front step. Then she went inside and lay down in her usual spot. Do you think dogs understand more than we give them credit for? Honestly, what do you think? Here's the part Sarah didn't expect. She'd fostered dogs before. She knew the goodbye. She'd cried, she'd celebrated, she'd moved on. That was the deal. Foster and release. Foster and release. But the night after the last puppy left, the house felt too quiet, too still. And Sarah sat on the kitchen floor, she's not sure why the floor, and Bernie walked over and put her head in Sarah's lap. No reason, no command, just there. And Sarah realized she couldn't do it, couldn't hand Bernie off to someone else to love, couldn't imagine Layla going back to ignoring the space on the couch where Bernie had slowly, quietly earned her place. The adoption papers were filed the following week. Bernie, the dog who arrived in a cardboard box with no name and no story, now has both. And here's what Sarah says about it now. "I used to think fostering meant keeping your distance. Bernie taught me that sometimes keeping your distance is the worst thing you can do, for the dog and for yourself." The real twist? When the rescue coordinator heard that Sarah had adopted Bernie, she cried. Because Bernie had been flagged at the shelter, twice rejected before Sarah drove that hour to pick her up. The coordinator had almost pulled her from the foster list entirely. One more week and Bernie might have been transferred to a high-intake facility with a very different outcome. Almost. The word that changes everything. What do you think? Was it luck? Or was it always supposed to happen this way? If this story hit you the way it hit me, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. New stories like this every single week. Real dogs, real people, real love.